Hey, before you watch this video, I want to let you know we have a new YouTube channel, renowned guests, all sorts of niches over at the Pace Morby Show channel. Link in the description. Enjoy this video. Why do politics matter when you're a real estate investor or a business owner? Well, I'm going to tell you in this video why they are so important and why you need to learn them as one of those two, real estate investing or business owning. Now today, just an hour ago, Trump tweeted about the tariffs in Canada and Mexico. He put a 25% tariff on Mexico a couple of days ago. It's actually supposed to go into effect tomorrow, Tuesday. Challenge is, Mexico comes back and says, hey, we're going to bump up our tariffs against you to combat that. Trump says, no problem, we're going to add another 25%. And ultimately, what happens with the tariffs is an hour ago, Trump said that the president of Mexico is sending 10,000 troops to the border of Mexico to prevent fentanyl and illegal migrants coming into our country. Now, I don't have a political opinion on these things, and that's not why you tuned in here, but how does this affect a business owner? We're going to talk about that in this video today. I got a DM on my way to the office this morning, and the DM says, hey, Pace, I suggest you stay out of politics because it doesn't matter with real estate. Oh, my friend, you must not own any real estate. You must not own any businesses because it absolutely does matter. Politics matter. Check this out. I made a tweet this morning myself, just sitting at a stoplight this morning. I said, telling a real estate investor or a business owner to stay away from politics is similar to telling a farmer not to learn about weather patterns or the seasons. If I'm a farmer and I'm growing oranges, I need to know what are the weather patterns? When should I plant the seed? When should I harvest? Those things are important. Well, what if the weather, which I have no control over, we have a drought? Does that not affect me as a farmer? Of course it does. It's the same thing in politics. When Trump puts tariffs or does ICE raids or has budget cuts, what happened yesterday in the last couple of days with USAID, oh my gosh, and what Elon is exposing right now, whether you like these things or you don't like these things, I am curious about your opinion. Make a comment down below. I want to know your political affiliation and what are your opinions on tariffs, the ICE raids, and budget cuts. But let me tell you how my business is actually affected today. I'm going to tell you about some text messages I received this morning from business owners of mine and people that are running my companies. We're going to go through how this actually affects real estate investors and business owners. So the tariffs, this will actually affect me, not significantly right away. I'm not too worried about tariffs. Cost of things will go up, etc. I think that this is actually a good, bold move on Trump's part. I think he just needs to show a show of force. And I think what he did with Trudeau and I think what he did with Mexico is better than anybody's done in the past. Is it what I would do? Probably not. But I'm not smart enough to be a politician, so I stayed out of that game. ICE raids. How does this affect my business? Tremendously, my friend. Not only am I in Arizona, where we have a tremendous amount of undocumented people or illegal immigrants, depending on what side you are. People say one thing and people say the other thing. It's the same thing. Beautiful Hispanic people that have come over from Mexico that do not have a visa or a passport or a green card, okay? Whatever you want to call those people, it doesn't matter. Let me tell you about a company I own right here locally in Arizona. I own a cleaning company. The name of this cleaning company is not important, but we cleaned 700 houses in December, okay? 700 houses in December. We are getting ready to franchise this model all over the country. Okay, so as we're going here, we're building systems and processes. One of the most important key elements of a cleaning company is what? Who do you think are cleaning these houses, my friend? White people? No, I'm sorry. White people are too good. They just, oh, that's not my, they want too much money. They want to be baristas, okay? We have primarily, hate it or love it, we primarily have Hispanic women that work their guts out that work for our company. Now, do we have illegal immigrants that work for our cleaning company? No, we actually don't. However, they have family members who are, and they live here locally. So what the Hispanic women, we had 6 crews not show up today. 6 crews. A crew is 4 women. That's 24 people did not show up to work today. That just happened. That literally just happened a couple of hours ago. So I'm texting my partner, what are we gonna do? How do we backfill that? Let's go find another cleaning company that maybe has some crews that we can borrow from. We are doing everything we can because this can damage my business. 700 houses were cleaned last month. That's 700 customers we take care of every single month. And if 24 people don't show up for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, That's 100 houses out of my 700 in 1 week that didn't get cleaned because of these 6 crews. This is critical to my business, critical to my business. And sadly, we did not anticipate this. We thought, well, none of our people are undocumented. Our people are all documented. They are Hispanic, and so they work a little bit harder than the white people. I'm sorry if you don't agree with that, then you should go watch somebody else's channel, because that is just a fact. They don't show up to work today. Where are they today? They are at the rallies, okay? They're going to rallies, they are out in the street, and they are protesting what is going on with the ICE raids. Now, why is this important? Do I know if the ICE raids are actually going to go after only the bad people or after everybody? No, I don't know that. I absolutely don't know that. I can look at what Trump says, I can look at what the left says. Nobody knows for sure, but the only thing I know for sure is 24 people did not show up to work today because their families are at the rallies and the protests fighting against ICE. This is why politics matter. This is why getting educated on politics is important for you being a business owner. If you just want to be a guy that maybe it's just you, yourself, and you, and you're in your mom's basement and you're selling a $100 product on Shopify or something like that, then maybe politics don't matter to you. But they do matter to me. It is incredibly important for me to understand how to handle these things, okay? Let's go to my next thing, fix and flips. We have a property we just closed on. By the way, if you guys ever want to send me deals, email deals@pacemorby.com. I'd love to take a look at your deals, but let's look at this house. I'll give you guys the actual address that we have. We are flipping a house right now, 5724 North 13th Place, okay? Guess what? My crew didn't show up this morning. Crews are supposed to show up about 6 o'clock, okay? It's a 4-man crew. All 4 of them are legal residents of the United States. They are American citizens. However, they came across legally 20, 30 years ago, but they have family members who did not. And so I have Hispanic men, okay? I live in Arizona, guys. We have a massive population of Hispanics here. Hispanic men who are legal did not show up to work today. I sent them a text and I said, hey guys, crew says that, or one of my suppliers says nobody's there to drop off the lumber. What's going on at the house? Oh, Pace, we're not gonna show up this week. We're fearful for our families. So we have people living in our houses that are our family members that are not legal residents. Guys, this does affect my fix and flip. I say, no problem, take all the time you need. But now I'm sitting here thinking, guess what? I have hard money burning every day. I bought this property for $465,000. I went and got all my money from myinvestorloan.com. Okay, and when I go to myinvestorloan.com, is that free money? No, it's not free money. So let me tell you how it financially affects me when a crew doesn't show up to a house based on politics that I have no control over. This is why these things are so critically important. So my payment on that $465,000, my payment is, let's see, divided by 12, divided by 30. Okay, every day that my crew does not show up is $170 per day. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you go through the entire month, you're looking at $5,000. You lose a month, that's $5,000. That's not including insurance, that's not including any utilities, it's not including any of those things to keep that house in my portfolio. This house needs to be flipped as fast as possible. The other thing that happens is we buy this specifically at a time to know that we're going to flip it and put it back on the market at a perfect time. If I lose a month and I miss the buying window, in Phoenix, Arizona, here's the buying window. You got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Guess what happens? November, December, and January are basically dead months for normal houses. And in those times, 55 plus neighborhoods blow up because the weather's amazing. So all the snowbirds come in and they start buying up houses. So if you're doing 55 plus houses in Arizona, then you're okay in that marketplace. But I'm not. I don't do 55 plus. I focus on regular people's homes, regular ages. So my buying window is here. If I have a big renovation that's $100,000 or $200,000 renovation, and I'm trying to land on a June sale date, and I lose a month, or I lose a couple of months because of what's going on, or maybe I lose a crew because they're so fearful to go out and work that I have to go get a different crew that I don't trust. Guys, this affects business owners. This affects real estate investors And this affects people who own cleaning companies and other things like that, okay? Now, what about rentals, my rental business? If I have a focus, which I do, on affordable housing, okay? My focus on affordable housing are a couple of things. Number one, I focus on co-living, and I focus on RV parks, and I focus on mobile home parks, okay? Who's living in co-living, RV parks, and mobile home parks? A lot of non-documented people, a lot, because they come here, they're building a life for themselves, and they're looking for affordable rent. My housing averages about $900 a month. We are under $1,000 a month on our average unit. You can rent an RV park spot from me for like $700 a month. Mobile home park, you can rent a house and the dirt from me for like $800 a month. All right? Really, really affordable. Who are these people? They're construction workers. They're nurses that just got out of school and they're looking to save money and pay off their student debt. But if they're construction workers and people are not showing up to work, what happens to my ability to cover my mortgage? I collect money here. I take that money, I pay off my mortgage, I pay my insurance, I pay my interest, I pay all of the things, and then whatever's left over, my company takes. What's left over, my company takes. I pay my payroll, my overhead, my building costs, my insurance, and then I might get a sliver for myself. Okay, that is how this works. And if I have people that are in my affordable housing that can't show up to work because they're fearful of the ICE raids, then what does that mean? It means I need to make adjustments. I might have to go to them and say, hey, I'm gonna forgive you 30 days of rent because you couldn't show up to work. This is serious stuff. Now, the one that you probably would not be aware of, okay? This one's an interesting one. It's probably the one that you wouldn't even think, is I buy a lot of Subto and seller finance houses, okay? We buy 10 to 15 a month. And what are we doing with those houses is we are putting a lot of non-documented people in those houses. Okay, you might hate me, but I'm an investor. I see a need, I fill that need. That's how we make money. What I do is I take over existing people's mortgages subject to. If you guys want to learn how to do subject to deals, we'll give you a link to another video somewhere on the screen. If you guys want to see how Subto deals are done and how you can get maybe an ebook that can show you how I make those calls, go down in the link in the description. I'll have a way you guys can watch me do the business live, okay? We have an amazing comic book called Heroes of the Hustle. You can see me doing the business. Now, what I do is I'll buy these houses. I'll buy them Subto, which means I'm taking over the seller's mortgage. I then become the owner of this property, and then what I do is I sell it to, a lot of times, a non-documented migrant. People that are making good money. They're working in construction, but they don't report their income. They say, I want to buy a house for my family instead of rent, and so they come to me and I let them, okay, own that property and I become the bank. It's called creative finance. And I'd say about 60% of my buyers are people that are getting paid under the table or illegal immigrants, also known as non-documented people, okay? Depending on who you are and how you like to say, that's the same exact thing. So these people, last week, Thursday, I had what we call a buyer showcase. You can see I'm here in my office. Here's Scott. Say hi to Scott Madden in the comments, please. I'm here in my office and we're doing a buyer showcase. I'm showing 10 of my houses to families that are looking to buy one of these houses without a bank, without credit, without a social security number, and a lot of times without even an ITIN number. I really don't care. I will finance you and I will become your bank, all right? When those buyers are afraid to come out of their house and come to my office, I'm sitting here standing, I'm like, what is going on? Where are all my buyers? Normally my buyers are here it's overwhelming. There's no room in the space. I did fill up all the chairs, but normally we have standing room only. The difference between last week's Thursday buyer showcase and my normal buyer showcase is a difference of probably $100,000 a month in revenue. So ICE raids and what's going on with Trump, I'm really excited about budget cuts. I think this is how interest rates go down. I think the only way interest rates are going down is if we budget cut, we balance the budget. I'm excited about what happens here. I don't have an opinion, nor do I know legal stuff to know whether Elon's doing something legal or illegal. I don't know enough about that, but I do know I'm sick and tired of watching our government burn our money. And then Jerome Powell saying, sorry, we can't lower interest rates yet because inflation is still high. Okay, well, how do you get inflation to go low? Is you stop spending freaking money. That's important. If I'm a real estate investor and I'm trying to sell a property or refinance a property, I'm trying to run my business, budget cuts and what Elon is doing is critical to me. It's critical to my 600 employees. It's critical to the families that rely on me. It is critical that our government stops spending money. Because the more money we spend, the more of a deficit we have, the more money we borrow, and then ultimately, guess what? We have more inflation, which then prevents Jerome Powell from lowering interest rates. If you can balance the budget and there's no more inflation, guess what happens to interest rate? It goes from 7% down to 4.5%. This would light the United States on fire. More building, more real estate agents, more loan officers, more processors. Literally, we would be, my gosh, guys, this is critically important to our economy, critically important to real estate investors, and interest rates is watching what Elon is doing. Hate him or love him, I want interest rates to go down, and I care what happens with our tax dollars, and I'm sure you do too. So guys, I don't have a platform so I can share my political opinions, and hopefully that didn't come through today in this video. The main reason I have a platform is to show you guys how to run businesses like myself. And so in this video, I hope that you guys took a couple of things away. Politics are important, and you should know how politics are, and more importantly, you should know how I'm adapting to these types of things and how it's affecting me. Because if you're learning from me on YouTube, yesterday I did a YouTube interview with a gentleman, Jonathan Howes, got his first Subto deal from just watching the YouTube channel and then joining the Subto community. And he says, dude, I'm buying houses with no credit, no bank, no nothing. This is crazy. Guess what? He goes and puts a tenant in there. It's important for him to understand what's going to happen with his tenants. It's important for people to understand what's going to happen with your fix and flips. And as I teach people to go buy businesses with creative finance, which I have been for the last couple of years, it's important to understand how to adapt to the politics around you. Again, you are just like a farmer. You're planting seeds, you're putting in the work. If you don't know the weather pattern or the seasons, you're gonna go through a drought and you're not gonna know what to do. So if you guys got value from this video today and see how I'm being affected by these types of things and how people who rely on me and my companies are being affected, please give us a little bit of love in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with a friend as well. Thank you guys so much.